helping Anna with Broken to Beautiful. I don't really help her as much as I should. I mean, she's kind of got under control, writes a beautiful blog, but it keeps her, sober. It gives her that sense of belonging, sense of importance, because she's very important to 217 recovery and what she does. She brings a lot to the table. And it's hard to leave. I'm not sure where I was going with that, but it's hard to leave those people that were there for you. And some might even say, well, you're going to leave and, I was there for you and you're not going to be there for me. First of all, be careful of codependent relationships. If somebody says that to you, you have to say, well, you made the decisions you made, and I appreciate every bit of help along the way. This is what I would say. But it's time for me to go, and they'll tell you, and you'll hear it over and over. You have to be selfish in recovery. And that's exactly what they mean. Sorry, my cat is Nico. So I have a studio in my house, or in the apartment now, and Nico loves it just as much as I do. So she's chilling. Oh, now she's scratching on the window. So if you hear that, it's not the ghost that lives here. It's just my cat. Anyway, sorry about that. That's very unprofessional. I know you've heard worse come out of my mouth, but no. So if somebody's saying that, don't leave, you can't leave, you're going to leave me and leave this and leave that. Well, you have to be selfish. You have to do what you need to do for your life and for your recovery and for what's best for you. And it's not like you hate that person, or maybe you do. But if you don't, just explain to them, look, I'm doing this for me. And she was telling me that she can't go to the gas station without running into somebody. And she said everybody's always talking smack. And she's in that stage 2 where I used to be when I would go to the grocery store, and it would really make me mad. People would come up and they would ask me about the radio station and this and that. And when am I going to get back on the radio? When am I going to do this? They love listening, blah, blah, blah. I got tired of answering those questions. And then it became, when I almost died in 2015, it became, hey man, how you doing? You still sober? When you getting back on the radio? So then it just became, the question was the same. It just got added to, well, great. Yeah. You still sober? Yeah. How long you got? About 3 days now, and it was hard. It was hard. And so I understand where she's coming from, where she doesn't want to go to a gas station and have people that barely even know her start asking her about her sobriety or her recovery. And I think that once she is far enough in her recovery, she's going to realize, yeah, I'm in recovery. Yeah, 3 days. Yep, it's great. Because I don't judge people for relapsing. I don't. You just learn from it. And she had texted me too, and she said, since I learned from it, it doesn't count, right? Oh, no, it counts. It for sure counts, but maybe this is the time that she realized, and this is what she's learning from this relapse, is she can't be home. She can't walk around with that, everybody's talking about me. They're probably not, but in her head, they are. Everybody's talking about me. Everybody's judging me. Probably not. You ever heard that saying, the world doesn't revolve around you? Kind of true. But if other people are that bored and that miserable where that's all I have to do is, oh, look at her. She's using again. That's all I got. But to find that right time, though, when you can get up and leave, like I said, I had the luxury of leaving, a little help, a little nudge from Barron County. And I was fortunate enough to go to a treatment center up here in northern Michigan, and then, stay here. Fortunate enough again to go to sober living, and live there for 8 months, 7 months, 8 months, and then become a house manager. I was fortunate enough for that. And then, to meet somebody to, take that next step in my life, to moving on to a relationship and, popping out some kids and, all that fun family stuff that I was never able to do because I always chose alcohol over anything except radio. Even though going in hungover really doesn't help your radio career, but I managed to never get fired for drinking. Because I didn't drink on the job. Early on I did stupid things, but that would be my advice though. It's just kind of, if you're thinking about, I can't do it in the city anymore, just call a therapist, talk to somebody, talk to your friend, just talk to yourself even, make a list, pros and cons, what's the best for you is really what's going to determine things, and make a realistic list too of pros and cons. Don't just write down, new women I can meet or new men I can meet, whatever, just put seriously, okay, no known drug dealers, no going to the store and having to just, tell the story again or feeling, you can feel free, put that on the positive side, to feel free, a fresh start. It makes a huge difference. It really does. And I wish her the best of luck. And, if you want to stay clean, you can do it. Just keep with it. It's tough in the beginning, but you'll be all right. And finally, the thing I want to talk about tonight, and this might seem really weird, but I'm going to try to explain it. I overheard a conversation, and it was involving coping skills. And I had my active listening ears on, you could say. And so I'm listening, and I start tuning out, and I start thinking about coping skills. And some would say, hey, if you're angry, go for a walk. That's a coping skill. Is it? Is it because it's letting you cope with it? And the definition of cope is that to just get by. See, I don't think that works. I don't think that's the definition of coping, but I don't think that just getting by or setting it aside works every single time. My relationship with my father, I have just put on the back burner. My biological father, there's no reason for me to go reach out to that right now unless I want to get hurt. There's no reason I'm going to go put my hand into a badger hole. I don't want to get it ripped off. And that would be like if I tried to reach out to my father or deal with any of that right now, there's just no point. I didn't leave him. He left me. I was a young boy. So he's going to have to deal with that one day. And I just have to keep moving on, living my life. There's nothing I can really do, but I know I don't really want to deal with that right now. So it's okay to put some things off. Now, by coping skills, like if I'm mad at somebody and then, I go for a walk and I walk off the anger, or I go work out or go for a run. Oh, I feel so much better for a minute. But the problem is still there. The fact that, I never would deal with the betrayal, the hurt, the pain that I was feeling. I never dealt with it. I just went for a run. It was still there, though. So I get back home. Oh, yeah, I feel better. Well, a couple hours later, nope, right back in the same. So I'm not I don't know. I am a fan of doing things that you like to do. And I think that is, to me, different than a coping skill. Like, say I'm upset, and, I know what I like to do. I like to make T-shirts, and put 217 logos on stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and make a design and go do this. Now, that is something that I like to do. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm dealing with the problem. If I'm bored or something, maybe, okay, well, you're bored. All right. Well, make some shirts. That could be, but I don't think that's a coping skill. That's more of an activity. That's like, no, I guess it would be a coping skill. But either way, as long as I know that, hey, I'm going to do this right now to take my mind off it because I'm too wrapped up in it. And if I keep thinking about it, I'm going to stress out and I'm going to use. You better get your ass over there and make some t-shirts, you know. But if I know that, hey, look, okay, right at this minute, I need to chill out because I'm going to just take it over to the top. Then I'm going to be at the store. And then things are going to go bad. You know, before it gets to that, you know, I think you need to just say, hey, look, I'm gonna put that over here and I'm gonna come back to that. I'm gonna come back to that tonight. You know, and maybe it doesn't need to be addressed tonight. Maybe it needs to be addressed in 2 weeks, in a month. You know, just I'm gonna do this right now, get my mind off of it, regroup. I'm gonna come back to that and process those feelings of why I'm feeling angry. You know, it's a secondary emotion. What are you really feeling? You're not feeling angry. You're feeling hurt. You're feeling lied to. You're feeling scared. That's the real feeling of anger. Secondary emotion. You know, if you're like, oh, that's not a secondary emotion. You know, somebody almost hit me. Well, that'd be a horrible analogy. But if my wife came home late. Oh, yeah? Why are you angry? I'm not. There you are. Well, you think she's going to hurt you? You think she's going to betray you? You think she's going to cheat on you? That's why you're angry, you know? It makes sense if you think about it. But, yeah, coping skills, I just don't know if, like, I don't know. Maybe I need to talk to a therapist about that. But it just doesn't seem like it would really fix anything. You know, it just takes your mind off it for a minute. And if it's something that you don't even like doing, like if someone said, hey, you know, let's go golfing, that's a good coping skill. Yeah. Take it or leave it. Since I wouldn't be driving a golf cart around drinking, you know, it doesn't even sound like fun anyway, because that's all I did when I golfed. So one coping skill for you might not be good for another person. And music is a very, very tricky one, because some songs will take me right back to my addiction. I mean, the song will just pop on the radio and I'll be like, oh man, I remember listening to that song. I used to do this and this. And, you know, we tie so many memories to songs. That's crazy. And even scents, like the scent of something, had this hand sanitizer. Oh, it's the nastiest. The smell of it. And it was straight up pure alcohol. Sorry. It just. At first, I thought it was like gin, but it wasn't. It was something else, almost like a malted. Ugh. It was disgusting. And I look on the bottle. It said 85% alcohol. I'm like, this is straight up like whiskey or something. Like this is gross. Like, can we throw that away, please? And like, no, man. There's a shortage on hand sanitizer. I'm like, oh, so they just put whiskey in a bottle? Yeah. I don't know, whiskey in a jarro. Metallica, but yeah, coping skills, I don't know, man. I just think that if you don't get to the problem, it'll still be there. So just remember that. And if you want to go color, throw darts or whatever, do what you need to do, man. Stay sober, really, bottom line. But just be aware that some coping skills could be good, some could be bad. And I just am more of the, like, just go out and do something for a minute kind of thing, but come back. So, I don't know. Made you quite aware of that. But it is 12:15 in the morning. So, technically, it's Saturday. And hopefully, you're listening to this on Sunday. Hopefully, you can get some church in. Maybe catch a Zoom. And if I feel productive, we can hold our first 217 Recovery Zoom meeting later today. Check our website for more details on that. I don't know why I'm talking like that. I think it's because I'm tired. 217recovery.com is our website. Again, thank you so much for listening. I appreciate it. And it's like a therapy session for me. If you got some out of it, that's wonderful. and I will talk to you later on, I guess tonight,